Well, I think we cannot have a better reminder of how important it is to think out of the box as we are trying to try and find solution for peace. And we continue to do so with our next speaker. Dimitar Andonov is from the Coca-Cola Company. And they're in fact thinking a lot about trying to make peace within the company and in the context of their work. So, Dimi, I give you the floor.
Thank you. What peace means to me? Well, to me, peace is all about leveraging diversities and built on a common force. Now, to illustrate this, I will tell you my story. My name is Dimitar, and I'm coming from the heart of the Balkans, to be precise, from the Republic of Macedonia. The country, some of you might raise first thoughts about a fruit salad that you may refer to in your countries. And that fruit salad, the dessert, actually bore the analogy from the region where I come from, based on the diversity that it represents. The region, unlike the fruit salad, where you have the mix of fruits deliver the unprecedented taste in your mouthfeel, unfortunately, the diversity in my region sometimes causes a bit of bitterness, a bit of division that is separating different ethnicities across the board. Now, I was 13 when the war in Bosnia started and all the crazy nationalistic madness have run across the ex-Yugoslav republics. And although I was isolated from the military conflicts that were raging in Bosnia and Croatia, I was facing a different type of tensions. And these tensions were ethnic tensions that were built up in my community between the majority Macedonian population and Albanian minority. Some, at that time, analysts referred to my country as the next Bosnia. And they were right. When you have a mix of religion and different ethnic groups in the Balkans, you have a very fertile ground for a conflict. Now, this division that is happening and segregation among different ethnic groups, it's really grown across the board. And to illustrate my point, although I was statistically living in a country where every fourth person is an Albanian, up until age of 18, I have not met one single person, not have built one acquaintances or a deeper relationship with the members of this community. And the reason was this segregation and separation that is existing. The fear of each of the communities that are closing themselves and that are seeing the other ethnic group as a key reason for many of the failures that are happening within their communities. So I even went to a school, high school in my country, that had one same campus, same building, that carried two different names. And it was a division, segregation of the school based on ethnicities. So it was ethnic shifts in a sort of way. In the morning, the school would be called Nikola Karev, which is a Macedonian language school. And then in the evening, you will have Albanian language equal high school, which is Zeflush Marko. And although we were sharing the same building for more than 4 years, almost 4 years, we didn't interact at all, living zero relationships. As the war in Bosnia was taking a quite dramatic turn, my parents took all their savings and decided to give me a chance to study abroad. I went to US, and as destiny was rather careful with me having a soft adjustment from a very segregated culture to something more embracing culture, it put me in the deep south. I decided I will end up studying in New Orleans, area of the world that also was suffering from deep segregation and racial injustice. So while I was there and spent a good portion of my life, I saw different type of animosities. I saw a different type of segregation, this time based on the color of the skin. And although I could not accept, nor I could understand why would somebody hate somebody because of the difference of the skin, I was still well equipped with good, healthy argumentation that some nations in my neighborhoods deserve to be pointed out as the wrong guys. So, as the time passed, I finished my studies, and then at the end of the 90s, I went back home to find out another conflict has nearby my house. This was the war in Kosovo, literally 60 kilometers from the capital of Macedonia. And against all odds, I got the job with the Coca-Cola Company. As a first assignment, I received a briefing from my manager at the time to launch a new global campaign called Life Tastes Good. And as we were busy preparing for the campaign and adapting and creating marketing materials to tell my country how life tastes good, an ethnic conflict erupted. Another one, but this time in my country. Unlike all the prediction that we would be another Bosnia, the conflict ended up rather short and stayed isolated. In the past 13 years, I have the privilege and I was blessed to work with this company, the most inclusive company that has more nations and more countries in its coverage than the UN itself. I had time, great time, and great career assignments that led me from Skopje to Sofia, Bulgaria, to Pristina, to Sarajevo, and Belgrade now. And through all this time, I've met great individuals, great people, the most creative ones that are delivering outstanding results every day. So while preparing for this speech, I asked myself, so how come the ethnic groups in this region carry all these animosities with them, but when you put them in a joint team, they produce such outstanding results? What is it that really we can take from these multinational companies and apply it in the communities to achieve sustainable peace? And in discussion with my colleagues, we came to one thing that was predominant at all. And this was the greater purpose, the mission, as we call it in the corporate world. And for us at Coke, the mission of refreshing the world, inspiring optimism, and making a bigger difference carries a lot to us and a lot of meaning. So when you're asked to run the biggest Ramadan promotion in your country, to run the biggest Iftar event, regardless of if you're Orthodox, Christian, or a Catholic, you're driven by something else. Not but what you do and how you do it, but why you're doing it. So the notion of you inspiring optimism and making a positive difference in your communities is greater than any animosity you've learned, any stereotype you built, any religion differences that you have. So as Nelson Mandela once said, nobody is born with the ability to hate somebody else because of their different color of the skin or religion. Hate is learned, and hate is taught. Well, if hate is taught and learned, love could be taught as well, as it comes much more natural to the humanity and to the human heart. So with that in mind, I'm playing for all the policymakers across my region to create this sense of collaboration, to break the walls so people can meet each other, to break down the segregation policies that we have so people can integrate. Because only that we can learn from each other, we can leverage our creative geniuses, our collaboration. When we are collaborating, 1 + 1 becomes 3. And so we need this type of policies to generate a better future for us. Thank you.